Hi, I'm Grady with Golden Leaf Building Company, and today we're going to be taking a deep dive into underslab preparation for this project at Eagle Farm Townhomes. And we think that underslabs are very important for a variety of reasons. Primarily, it helps with moisture control. We'll be building these homes very tight for energy efficiency reasons. The problem is if moisture comes into your home, it can't get out. So we need to manage it. Also, energy efficiency. The slab insulation that we have put on this provides a thermal break, prevents condensation as well as heat loss during the winter. And then last, concrete maturity. A lot of people, are looking to go as quick as they can. And so we'll be using a concrete maturity sensor to let us know that the concrete is actually ready to proceed. The first feature we want to talk about is vapor barrier. Now this is very important on a slab home because it prevents any moisture that is in the ground from coming up into the home. Now code requires a 6 mil vapor barrier. We have actually chosen to go with a 10 mil, and this is a product called Stego Home. And it's got a very low perm rating, which means water vapor doesn't make it through, radon doesn't make it through. And we've also sealed the seams on the vapor barrier, so we have a continuous line of protection across the entire slab. So normally when you're installing a vapor barrier, the guys, they come in and they cut it around these pipes, and that's just a penetration in the vapor barrier, which doesn't really matter because they're not sealing all the edges and everything anyway. But since we're trying to get a continuous vapor protection barrier, we have basically taken this Stego tape and we also sealed around all the penetrations. And what that does is basically anywhere where there's a hole in this vapor barrier, it's been sealed up and it's not a point of weakness. That also works here where we have actually done a patch. We do this when we accidentally cut incorrectly or something punctures the Stego. That's not very common that something punctures this material, but it does happen. Now in those instances, we take another piece of the Stego and we actually place it over and we tape all around it. Again, so you get that continuous vapor protection. And so I'm actually really excited about this because we just installed this vapor barrier yesterday. And there's already tons of water droplets on the underside. And what that tells me is, if this vapor barrier wasn't down, for example, all of that water would end up inside the home. All this water you can see, it's just staying underneath there. It's not going to be, affecting these homeowners and their comfortability living in the home. And it's also going to make managing the indoor environment and the humidity levels much easier. Another spot on the underslab that we've gone above and beyond code is slab insulation. So that's two parts here. We've got slab edge insulation as well as perimeter slab, underslab insulation. Now we've done R5 at both locations, and this has a lot of benefits. So the first being, this provides a thermal break. Now, essentially what that means is you don't get these wild swings in temperature between different materials and conditions, right? So when you've got your home set to 68 degrees in the summer and it's 95 outside, you're not going to be forming condensation right here at the slab edge. Another thing is efficiency, right? So it is estimated that in colder climates, a very large portion of heating costs comes from heating loss to the exterior. So none of this slab insulation is required by code here in Wilton County because of the climate zone we're in. That doesn't mean it's not a good idea. It's a great idea. And it's another way that we're protecting our clients' homes from the ground up and protecting their investments long term. And this is the Humboldt Manufacturing SmartRock concrete maturity sensor. And what it does is essentially measure in slab conditions. It's wireless, so we will hook it up to an app on our phone, get within Bluetooth range, and the whole time it's taking data points on how wet the concrete is, how the temperature of the concrete, and based on the mix design and the real world conditions, it tells us at what point in the concrete curing process this slab is. And that helps us make more informed decisions on when we can load onto this slab and start framing. It essentially connects right here at the main sensor. And then we've got another sensor connected to it that will attach further down. And that gives us 2 data points so we can have more accurate data. And then the last feature of this Stego home system that I wanted to discuss is what's called creek claw tape. And this particular tape has an adhesive side on the bottom, and then on the top it has a rough texture that actually forms a mechanical bond, a mechanical connection with the concrete once it's poured. The reason that that is important is it prevents any vapor from going above the vapor barrier, sneaking in between the slab and the vapor barrier and making its way back in, right? And so with this, we're protected out to the sides from underslab. And then with this, we're also protected at the perimeter from any vapor making its way back into the home. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video and sitting down and learning with us. We hope that you understand a little bit more why we build our homes this way and the benefits of them. We really care about the quality of our homes and our homeowners' long-term health and investment.